I am under some strict orders. Janelle, Mrs. the Trini Gardener, has decided that she really likes wraps, tacos, and that kind of thing for her Trini salata lettuce. And she has also decided that she's not paying 15, 16, 17, $20 for a head of lettuce. So I am now growing lettuce and using containers that I would have used for other things for lettuce. But I had to make sure that my lettuce, for my sake, my well-being, make sure the lettuce was a success. And to do that, I had to do a few things differently because this time of the year, we've had some pest issues and, of course, some environmental, some weather issues. So I'm going to be talking about in this video some of the things that I did to make sure that I wouldn't get in trouble and that Janelle would have the lettuce that she needs for her wraps. Let's get going. Hello everyone, thank you all so much for joining in. This is Dylan from the Trinidad Garden channel and I'm really happy for this video because I think it's a good opportunity for me to share some ideas for you all who have been messaging and telling me that you're having some serious issues with the weather affecting your crops, especially lettuce, specifically lettuce for this video, and also some pest issues affecting your crops. So as I said, I have to grow lettuce because some people just want lettuce and they're not willing to go and buy their own lettuce. So I'm growing lettuce and primarily lettuce at this point in time. It'll also come in handy because this time of the year, as it gets closer to Christmas, when you're making your ham sandwiches and whatever kind of sandwiches that you're doing, having a bit of lettuce just adds that extra flavor. That just takes it to another level, when you have that lettuce. And also it looks really nice to have that garnish and of course very healthy as well lettuce is. So I had to make sure that I didn't leave the lettuce growing up to any kind of chance because we've had some issues. If you live anywhere that there has been floods, you know how hard it is to grow lettuce in a place that floods. It doesn't do very well. Now lettuce likes to have water, but too much water is never good. Too much anything is never good. Of course, you don't want your lettuce to go bone dry, but when you have just rain after rain after rain, it's very difficult for your lettuce to survive. And some farmers, some growers, they will tell you that lettuce is just melting. That's a term that's used because it's rotting. It's rotting and it's called melting. And it's just really unfortunate when you see people's fields entirely gone because the weather just didn't cooperate. In addition to the weather being bad, we've also had some pest issues because in the rainy season, there is a lot more insects that are spawning because there is more moisture. So it makes more sense for nature to make it so that the insects that have to breed and have to spawn, they spawn when there is just going to be more water in the atmosphere and in the environment as well. And of course, it's very important in this time to be, very careful that you're not leaving any still water in containers or anything like that. It's easy to forget as gardeners when we have little things gathering water, even buckets. When you put a bucket out, to make sure and turn it over when you're done so that you don't create an environment for mosquito to breed because, of course, dengue is a big issue in our part of the world and it's something that we don't want to encourage at all, especially if we're trying to have a healthy organic garden and then we cause something else to happen because we weren't careful. So what I had to do a few things differently. The first thing I had to do was to monitor what has been happening in my garden. Now, if lettuce had been growing perfectly in my garden where I normally have it, which is towards the back of the house, then I would have been fine. I wouldn't have had to do anything differently. Just put my lettuce down and the plants would have just grown. But that's not what has been happening. I have had some issues with lettuce in the garden, and I think it's for a few things. One, of course, the non-stop moisture. That's one thing, but I don't think it's everything. You have to, for me, I find it's always important that we decide what kind of environment is best for the crop that we're trying to grow at the specific time of the year. Because depending on the time of the year, that crop might be better to grow it in a different location or a different kind of environment, a different home. In this case here, my lettuce, I would have been trying to grow lettuce in a few different places. I had been growing it just in ground and also and you all would have seen this in last week's video, in my no-till garden, the new one that I did. And in last week's video, I'll put a link to that up here. I would have showed you one of the lettuce that was completely destroyed. It was a lettuce that was growing healthy, didn't have any disease on it, but the lettuce had been cut at the bottom there. And I inquired around the house, nobody had interfered with lettuce. So it's an insect that basically came in and just ate away my lettuce. So that is, of course, very unfortunate. And if you're really counting on having that lettuce to eat, then insect taking it is not a good thing to have happen. So what I had to do was, based on this time of the year, decide that two things I need to have. I need to have my lettuce growing not in ground, because there's too many insects around that will just come and attack my lettuce. I had to grow it in containers. So in this case here, I have a 1 gallon bucket. Lettuce does not need a lot of soil to grow in this bucket. I could, under normal conditions, if my life didn't depend on growing this lettuce, I could have grown 2 heads of lettuce, maybe not even 3 heads of lettuce inside of here, and done what we call cut and come again, where you don't let the lettuce grow up to make a full head, but you just grow it for the leaves. The leaves grow up together, and as the roots meet each other, they will just go down and they get more nutrition. I make sure that my soil mix is very, very rich with my animal manure and my homemade compost, and that could have my lettuce growing like really, really nice. Now, because I knew that my life kind of a little bit depended on having this lettuce here, I didn't want to make any mistake. So instead of trying to grow more than one lettuce in one container, I decided to grow just one. Now, besides that, the reason that I'm growing in the container is, one, I could take the lettuce out of the rain when there's too much moisture, because the rain always pounding down on the lettuce can do a few things. Because if you have high winds and you have the rain, that can disrupt the plant. It can stress out the plant. It can even uproot young seedlings as well. So having it in a container meant that I have that leeway based on the environment that we have right now. You have to be very, very observant as an organic home gardener to see how the weather is playing off, what's taking place, because some people, they tell me that they're just not going to plant at all for this time of the year because it's just so hot. And I understand it can be kind of frustrating, but if you figure out how to anticipate the weather, how to see when it's a better time to grow maybe in this way, or if you have even the opportunity to do that, then I think that it could be a better way to go rather than just not planting at all. But of course, if you don't have that freedom, then you don't have a choice. You might have just to wait when the dry season comes and you have better weather to deal with. Now, taking my lettuce out of the ground, out of the backyard, putting it somewhere that's in a container and also somewhere that's concrete out, is going to do two things for me. The first thing that it's going to do is that it's going to take the lettuce away from all the weeds and the bush and all the different growth that's taking place, because that growth encourages insects, because insects, they want to live in these environments where you have the grass and they want to jump from leaf to leaf and that kind of thing. And that is fine. It's good to have the biodiversity in your backyard garden. Nothing is wrong with that. It's just that when these insects get bored of certain plants, sometimes they will hone in on your lettuce. And now, instead of eating the leaves from your ornamental plants, or maybe you have like a zabuka tree or a plum tree or whatever, they will come for your lettuce, because the lettuce has nice, soft leaves, really sweet, rich leaves, which is why we eat lettuce and we don't go eating the zabuka leaf, because we know the lettuce leaf is a lot more tasty, softer, sweeter. Now, that's the first thing. Taking the lettuce away from the environment where the pests can easily attack it. The second thing that this is going to do is I could remove the lettuce. As I mentioned, I can move the lettuce so that I do not have the issues with the rain always pounding down on the lettuce. But I think a third part of the moving the lettuce away from the backyard is that I allowed a bit more sunlight, because we don't talk about sunlight when it comes to lettuce enough. Lettuce can grow in partial shade, but by no means is it a plant that can grow without sunlight. Sunlight is something that's so easy to overlook. And if your lettuce is not getting the right kind of sunlight, it can create issues for your plant. And one can be pest issues. If your plant is not getting enough sunlight, the plant is going to be stressed, because the plant needs to have photosynthesis for it to grow. That's how it gets its energy. It gets nutrition from the soil, and of course the water helps for it to get nutrition, because it's water soluble nutrition that it's going to be getting. But the plant needs to have photosynthesis taking place to be able to grow. If it doesn't have photosynthesis, it doesn't have that energy, then it's not going to be able to grow, and you're not going to have a good lettuce harvest, if you even get a lettuce harvest at all. Because what can happen is these plants, when they're stressed out, when they do not get the nutrition or the sunlight that they need, in this case, they are going to send out stress hormones. These insects, they are able to pick up on these stress hormones. When they pick up on these stress hormones, they're going to come, they're kind of droning around, and they're going to find the plants that are sending out stress hormones, and they're going to attack that plant itself. So you can have maybe 2, 3, 4 plants of the exact same age, the exact same type of treatment it's been receiving, and only one plant gets destroyed because that plant was stressed for some reason or another. And one reason for lettuce could be not having enough sunlight. So I had to make sure that my lettuce got enough sunlight. It was getting enough moisture because the weather was very much helping with that. It had to be away from the pests, because if the pests start to attack your lettuce, it's very easy for them to destroy your entire lettuce within a day. So you need to make sure that you're putting it in an environment where it's not easy for the pests to get to the lettuce itself. Now, this container, in my opinion, it makes it hard for some insects to get to it, but it's not impossible. So for instance, sometimes I'd come out and see slugs coming up on the lettuce. And what I had to do, because again, I had to make sure that this lettuce did not fail, I had to come out sometimes at night, and I find like around early night, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, as much as 9 o'clock, to come out and just look. And sometimes you'd be able to see little slugs coming on. Not very much, because having it in the concrete meant that and really far away from the backyard. So the backyard is all the way over there. And then I took it all the way to the front where it's fully concreted out. And because of that, the chances of a slug making its way from the backyard all the way to the front yard over the concrete is not very, very likely. It can happen. It's not impossible. I'd never underestimate slugs and snails at all. They can just make some miracles happen when they want to really destroy a plant. But I think that the trek itself makes it so that if the slugs and the snails have to attack something, in this case I don't really have snail issues, I have slug issues. If they do have to affect a plant, it will be a plant that's closer to the backyard, so they don't have to crawl their bodies on the concrete, because it can be uncomfortable for them. They have soft bodies, they don't have an exoskeleton to protect them, so it's just easier for me to take the plant outside of the environment where it's easy for it to be attacked and put it somewhere where it's very hard for it to be attacked. And I've talked about this before. It's about picking your battles. I'm not saying that you could not leave your lettuce right in the backyard if you don't have a choice, and then spray neem on it all the time, keep on checking it, use something even stronger than neem to get rid of the insects. That is, of course, a possibility, and it's something a lot of people do. But why go to something that requires you to even buy, to go out of your grid to buy something and then have to bring it back and spend money and go through the entire process, where you can just simply think a little bit more and take the plant out of that environment. So it's not so much that you can't win the fight. You probably could win the fight with the insects, but why not just avoid the fight altogether? And I think that's a better way to go about your lettuce growing. So here I have 2 types of lettuce. I'll just show you all. You might be interested to see. So I just have this regular jagged edge lettuce. This is just our local lettuce here. I think the name for it, I keep forgetting the name for this lettuce. Can't really remember. But it's the regular kind of market lettuce. I don't know why I'm thinking Batavia, but I don't think it's Batavia lettuce. Let me Google this and find out for you. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll leave the name somewhere underneath here in the edit, so you'll see what kind of lettuce this one is. And on the side here, this is the one that I did not grow for Mrs. the Trinidad. I grew it for myself. This is bronze lettuce, which is one of the sweetest, probably one of my favorite lettuce to grow. It just makes me really happy to, one, see it growing, and two, come out and just make sure that it's okay, because it's just the best. And of course, to eat it is amazing as well. Now, even as I'm looking at it, right now, this is the thing, right? You still have to be very vigilant with your plants. So I do check these plants once every half day. So I'll check it in the morning time, really early in the morning, and then I'll check it in the afternoon time, just to make sure that there's nothing coming in here that can destroy this lettuce plant. So one thing that can also help with that is taking out all these little weeds at the bottom here, because insects do like to come in for the weeds, and they will hide in the weeds until night time when it's a bit safer for them, and then they will destroy your plant afterwards. So you need to be extra careful with that. So let me show you all what's going on here. Right. Oop. Maybe I can get him. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Sometimes when you get a chance to do something, you just have to do it as soon as you can. Right. So if you all can see, let me make sure you all can see. See that? So that's a little caterpillar moth, right? This is the caterpillar of a moth, right? Probably a cabbage moth, and these are just the worst. They will come in and they will hide in the soil until they get a chance, and they will just completely destroy your plants. This one is really tiny, so I don't think it will take like it wouldn't destroy the entire lettuce in too little bit of time, but it could do a lot of damage in a very short space of time. And if given enough space and time, it could do like really, really terrible things to my lettuce here. So I will be taking care of this little guy off camera. Let me make sure it focuses because last time when I did this, I didn't focus back. Yeah, should be fine. Oh, there you go. So I'm just going to take care of this caterpillar off camera because we want to keep everything PG. And I'll just go over a few of the basics just to make sure that we're clear on what you're doing to make sure that your lettuce grows really, really well in this rainy season, because the season itself is going to happen every year. So we might as well learn how to get over having the difficulties of the season in a way that's 100% organic without having to go to the chemical world and without having to spend too much money to have homegrown lettuce, which is of course the best tasting lettuce that you could get anywhere on the market, especially when you grow it yourself in your backyard, 100% organic. Really, really sweet, nice lettuce, tasty lettuce, really healthy for you, of course, and something that you don't want to miss out on if you have the opportunity to grow your own lettuce at home. So you are moving your lettuce out of an area where it could be easily attacked by pests. You are putting your lettuce in an environment where you could navigate having the moisture, taking it out from the moisture, putting it back in the moisture, or even if you have a portable greenhouse contraption where you're able to shield your lettuce from excessive wind and excessive moisture, and you're making sure to check your lettuce twice, 3 times a day to make sure that nothing is coming in and hiding in the soil, hiding under the leaves, making sure that the ground cover in your lettuce and the soil is as clean as possible. So removing any hairs of weeds as soon as they start to form. The earlier you get them, the better it is, so that you don't have a little environment where insects feel like they're comfortable to come and then to hide out there, and then at nighttime they come to eat your lettuce leaves. And that is pretty much it. You will be completely fine to grow your lettuce in the rainy season in this kind of situation that we have, where you have bad weather, then you have a combination of bad weather with pests. All of that is going to be fine. Just keep your lettuce well fed. Make sure that you're giving it your nice compost. You do your worm tea once every 3 weeks. You make sure that the soil has a nice bit of animal manure, and I am sure that you're going to have really nice lettuce. If you don't have it in time for Christmas, you'll have it in time for New Year's, or you'll have it all the way through 2023. So of course, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. More importantly, of course, I hope that you have learned something from this video. I hope that it will encourage you to grow and to try again with your lettuce, to make sure that you're not missing out on anything at all when it comes to eating some of the best lettuce in the world, which is your homegrown lettuce. Remember that if you know somebody who'd be interested in growing their own 100% organic, healthy food right at home, and to become more self-sustainable in this time when we can all use as much help as possible growing our own food and just living as much as possible on our own work, on our own creation in our gardens, then feel free to share this video and to share the channel with them. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and on Facebook to see more content coming within the Trinidad Gardens Garden. And feel free to tag us on any of those platforms, where it's such an amazing thing to see you all in your garden, spending time with yourselves, with your family, with your neighbors, just really getting into it 100%, that you can just completely disconnect from the entire world and just spend time in your garden and just help yourself to live 100% organic and to be self-sustainable and ensure your own food security. Remember, as always, this has been the Love on the Trinidad Garden channel, reminding you to get up and get growing. Take care.